Hello and welcome to some more Star Citizen. Alpha 3.2 is now out to the wider PTU, with concierge subscribers and first wave testers all getting access at this stage. Let's go through the patch notes for this initial 3.2.0 wider PTU build. Testing focus for this patch is scanning, mining, extraction, and prospector function, light and function of the Avenger series, the 600i, the Eclipse, Blade, and Hurricane, orbital quantum travel, G-force effects, ship power tuning and power triangle usage effects, store kiosks, manned and remote turrets, group system, and quantum linking. So some new features: they've added sensitivity settings for the Xbox controller, implemented new group system. Group members can now be added from the contacts list of the mobiGlast, the contacts list of the main menu, or by direct interaction by holding F and using the inner thought with a player. AR markers will appear for all party members now. All party members will be granted access to each other's ships, and a party chat channel is created on the contact app of the mobiGlast when creating a party. Mining on planetary bodies. So, mining gameplay and the basics of that. Prospecting for deposits. To scan for the deposit, you must be in the prospector. You use your ping mechanic, so you press tab to enter the ship's scanning mode, and then hold the left mouse button to scan. Any mineable deposits will appear highlighted with a UI targeting bracket around them. Note, a ping will also temporarily increase passive radar detection range. Scanning deposits. So you enter mining mode by pressing M, and then you aim your mining reticle at a rock that you wish to scan or mine. Your ship will automatically begin the scanning process, and then it will tell you what the contents of that rock is. Fracturing. Use the left mouse button to activate the ship's mining laser. Keep the rock energy level inside the optimal green window by adjusting the laser throttle using your mouse wheel. Once the rock energy level is inside the optimal window, the fracturing sensor bar will begin to increase, and once that's at 100%, the rock will break apart into smaller chunks. Chunks that can be further shattered and mined will appear highlighted orange when targeted, whereas chunks that are now extractable will be highlighted in purple. When the rock energy level bar exceeds the optimal window and goes into the red, the overcharged sensor bar will begin to increase. If the overcharged sensor bar goes into 100%, the rock will explode violently, damaging the player's ship and destroying all the extractable materials. Now, this can one-shot your prospector if you do it wrong, even with smaller rocks. Extracting ore. To extract ore from the purple highlighted bits of rock, switch to the fracture mode by using right mouse button when you're in extraction mode. Then press left mouse button to activate your extraction tractor beam. The cargo capacity bar will begin to increase as ore is extracted into the ship's cargo. You can then sell that ore once it's in your cargo bay at Grimhex, Levski, and Port Olisar at specific kiosks located near the admin clerk desks. Interact with the kiosks by holding F using your inner thought. Select the prospector from the top left ship drop-down menu, and then select Sell to Refinery. Stores throughout the verse have been expanded with shopping kiosks that allow players to directly purchase equipment items from them from a single interface. Dumpers Depot now as well offers weaponry for sale, with different locations offering different styles of goods. Grimhex now sells energy, ship weapons, gimbal mounts, power plants, and quantum drives. Levski is missiles, missile racks, and coolers, and Port Olisar is ballistic ship weapons, gimbal mounts, and shields. Quantum linking or party-based quantum group travel is now enabled. For quantum link, you need to form a party with players that you intend to link and jump with. This can be done from the main lobby, from the friends list in-game, pressing F11, or by directly interacting with the player using F. Anyone within the party can activate their quantum drive by pressing B to spool and calibrate to any location. So you point at a location to calibrate it to that location, and anyone who calibrates will automatically send their calibration data to the other members of their party that are within 10 kilometers. After the group settles on a destination that one of the players has calibrated to, everyone will then need to align to that same destination, basically spooling their drives up. The initial calibrator should see a list of members of his party on his calibration UI and their spool status, the little empty circle next to their name that fills when they start to spool, along with a status for party alignment. Circle and name will be highlighted. Once everyone is spooled and aligned, the calibrator can hold B to initiate quantum travel, and everyone who is aligned, spooled, and within 10 kilometers of the calibrator will enter the jump as a group. They've also added orbital path generation for quantum travel, allowing travel around planetary bodies to near surface destinations. Wanted values now go up once the ship is despawned when illegally parking rather than immediately upon touchdown, so you can make a couple more mistakes. Ships and vehicles that have been added: the Anvil Hurricane, the Blade, the Aegis Eclipse, the Origin 600, the Explorer variant. Ships have now got scanner and ping items and functions to ships. So to enter the scanning mode, you press tab. You can hold left mouse button to charge or ping, which will detect things within that range, and press V to narrow the ping focus or C to widen it. They've added a remote turret camera view and controls to applicable ships. Remote turret control stations can now enter this view via the interaction system. This is currently implemented on the Ursa Rover, the 600i, and the Super Hornet. They've also added a new ship weapon, the Distortion Repeater. Overheating will now cause item wear as well. FPS-wise, they've added the Kastak Arms Scalpel Sniper Rifle, the Clausen Werner Demeco light machine gun, the Gemini F-55 light machine gun. FPS weapons are now also included in the dynamic economy pricing. They've added head shake on recoil for the weapons as well. In Arena Commander, they've added the Vandal Blade to the Vandal Swarm game mode. Some feature updates: they've updated loading screens for all game modes. Joysticks can now control pitch and yaw while in free look. The chat window is now open by default and available in third person. Press F12 to get rid of the chat window. Players should automatically get pulled out of the kiosk interaction when inactive for a period of time. They've set up the new render-to-texture screens on shopkeeper terminals. Quantum travel now has a calibration time dependent on distance to destination and a separate spooling time before it becomes activatable. So you press the quantum travel key once, B, to activate spooling, which will bring up all local possible destinations. Long-range travel and some locations still require you to activate the star map, so you have to press F1 and then click on the star map interface there and set destination there. But for local ones, you can just press B and then point to it. So you align your nose of your ship with the intended destination. This will automatically then begin the calibration process. Once complete, you can hold B and you'll quantum travel to that point. So they've also improved quantum travel target alignment functionality. Mission objectives are now ordered on the Mobiglass from oldest to newest. They've updated the glass PBR for helmets. They've changed rolling when prone to state switching rather than push to hold. They've adjusted weapon recall and spread behavior. They've added a lean system to FPS combat, so you can now lean with Q and E when in FPS mode. They've expanded the ability to pick up objects to more navigational states and context. They've improved stop, initial step, and turn animations for the player avatars. They've changed the weighting of the on-foot third-person cameras. Ships and vehicle stuff, so they've updated the retro thruster art and animation on the M50, added landing gear compression to the Starfarer base and Gemini. The Avenger rework includes a size increase to the actual size of the ship, an increase in hardpoint size, changes in default loadout, new animations, along with interior and exterior revamps. They've updated the MISC Prospector to have a tractor and siphoning beam and a laser cutting beam for mining, as well as the supporting animations. There's working MFDs in the Retaliator. They've updated the visual effect for the Car2Al's quantum travel. They've updated the cockpit animations for the Reclaimer. Ship health is now a single pool divided per face, rather than individual pools. They've updated the Drake Herald with landing gear compression. They've expanded the flight ready interaction set triggers to help prevent overlap with door interactions on the Hornet series. They've lowered power plant output to create meaningful consequences for power allocation. They've rebalanced heat generation and cooling to create more meaningful consequences to components and ship functioning. They've reduced the shield and power plant available slots on the Sabre. They've increased the passive and active power draw for ship's weapons, set up shield generator power used to be proportional to the amount of shield energy required. They've updated ship atmospheric terminal velocities to correct some ships being able to exceed them. They've lowered base IR and EM signatures for all ships. They've enabled paints in the VMA and set up the Aurora to equip its various paint schemes. They've repositioned and centered the HUD on the Sabre. They've increased the range of the AMRS scatterguns, the range and damage of the APAR scatterguns, and increased the spread of all scatterguns. They've updated the Reliant to only carry one size 3 gun rather than 2. They've retuned the boost scale of the Razor and variants to match other ships and made variants closer to base models. There's been a full refactor and full balance pass on GeForce induced stress effects to increase clarity of range and fixing missing elements. Quantum Drive now uses full power when spooling and traveling, and they've resized the 85X flight HUD. In addition to that, they fixed a huge range of bugs, including some notable ones. Ship and spawn locations should persist after bed logout, even if the player changes regions and servers. Key bindings are now tied to hardware IDs to fix Windows reordering of peripherals and devices. Good news to people that use dual sticks and that sort of stuff and lots of different peripherals. Crashing while carrying a box should no longer attach that box to a player's hand. Automated turrets at common race should now be functioning properly. They fixed 7 other crashes and a GPU crash, and they've made lots and lots of performance tweaks as well. But it is PTU, so there's going to be lots of other little issues as well. And there are some known major issues with the patch too. The slave ship will occasionally encounter permanent effects of being interdicted after quantum linking with the master ship. Purchasing commodities at Grimhex for your ship will cause it to be destroyed and have to pay insurance claim along with losing the cargo. Blobs for mineable deposit locations only appear at large distances to the player, never in close proximity. Various ships are immediately destroyed when blowing off miner tail and wing parts. Mining ore displays as out of stock in the amount column of mining kiosks. If the master ship player enters quantum travel after calibrating spooling for a group quantum link, but leave 1 or more members behind, the party will have broken quantum travel functionality. It's possible for the master ship in quantum link to send calibration data from far outside the intended range, breaking the link interaction. Quantum travel may sometimes not engage when party members are on board and seated. Some features may be missing or partially implemented, but not ready for testing yet, and as such are not listed in this initial release. Gimbals are currently locking onto AI ships when activating gimbal lock. So more and more features will come online for testing and tweaking over the coming days, and I'll update you as new patches come out. We'll do a state of the game once 3.2 is actually on the live servers, and in the meantime, I'll do a quick tour for each of the ships. But remember, PTU is pretty buggy, and if you don't have access yet, if you're not a first wave tester or concierge or a subscriber, then you'll get it as they start implementing more and more waves of people in, and it will be a live 3.2 release by the end of June. This month's featured spotlight is the Daymar Rally, and they're giving away a rally pack of a Tumbril Cyclone and an Aegis Vulcan, which coincidentally is all the hardware you need to enter the rally. The Daymar Rally is an annual community organised event which is set to have its inaugural endurance race on the 27th of January 2019. There will be 3 divisions over a 300-kilometre course set on Crusader's moon, Daymar. It is an in-game event, and I am very much up for these. A 4-person crew can sign up their team now with a ground vehicle and support vehicle. More info, the sign up and complete rulebook can be found on daymarrally.com. All you need to do to be in for a chance of winning that rally pack though is be subscribed to my channel and comment on any of my videos throughout June. 1 per video. Each video gives you another chance to win. Also, I'm working with Shadow, which is a cloud-based subscription gaming PC service that gives you an alternative to upgrading, but also as a gaming PC anywhere. I'm trying to make the service as Star Citizen friendly as possible, but please check that out again in the description below if you're interested, and using the promo code BoredGamer will give you a discount too if you decide that you like it. Thank you very much for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe as it really does help me, and I'll see you in the verse.